Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin, and today I'm going to show you how you can improve your watercolours. But first I want to show you this photograph. Now this photo was kindly sent to me by Anna from Portugal. I think it's near where she lives. Nice little scene, some nice colours, but I think I might have to put like a path or something leading from the foreground. So I'll have a play with it, see how we go on. So let's have a look at the palette so you can paint along with me. These are my Cotman watercolour tubes, allowed to dry. Always have everything in the same place. We've got ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber and light red. All the colours, everything here is linked. You'll see the links in the description if you want to know what you need to paint along. This is a large Ron Ranson hake brush, and I'm using 15 by 11 Fabriano Watercolour Paper, £130. So one last look at the picture and then let's get cracking. So I'm going to start off with the big brush. Just wet the paper all over. This will stop it from getting all crinkly and also soften the sky. Now, there was a lovely sort of raw sienna. It's had a bit of light red to it. Just trying to create some sort of atmosphere there in the sky area. So a bit more than this. Now I'm not going to slavishly copy everything in the picture, in the photograph. I'm going to try and jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to try and introduce a little bit of dark, a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine there, just to darken some of these edges up. And what I might do is see how it looks once I've finished messing about like this. And I may end up wetting it again and playing with it some more. So it's got a very high horizon line. So what I'm going to do, wet it, and then I'm going to go at it again. I'm just going to wet it slightly, all the way down to the bottom, and then go back in with these colours. And just see what sort of effects, just sort of going with what happens. So it's predominantly a sort of raw sienna with a bit of, as I saw the photograph, it was sort of raw sienna with a bit of light red in there, and maybe a touch of burnt umber. But I've added a bit of ultramarine to it, just to darken little areas, to sort of emphasise the light which I'm trying to create. Just a hint of a cloud or something up there. Got to keep it very high. Just remember the horizon is very high. That's all I'm going to do for that. Right. Now this paper has stretched a little bit, so I'm just going to pull it tight on this right hand side so I can clip it against this 9mm piece of plywood. The way I'm leaning against the easel, almost in an upright position. The only reason it's upright is because it helps with the video recording. That's the only reason I did it like this. I used to have it just at an angle. It was only about like that really initially. that's the main sort of background, if you like. So next I'm going to put in the horizon. So I'm going, I might just bring it down slightly. I'm wondering whether to just put it there. Yeah, I might just put the horizon line there. Lighten that colour. I was getting on a bit too dark, put everything in too dark, so little sweep there. Again, conscious of putting everything on too dark, so I'll just sweep round there like that. Trying to create some sort of texture in this land. And when it's dry, or a little bit dry, it's still quite wet really, there is a little building right on the very top. Now, I suppose that could act as the focal point just up here. So I'll put it on a little bit light. So let's just put that on a little bit. Create something else now. There's a light, a darker section, so I just want a lighter section. So I just want to put this on a bit darker. See, I like the way it breaks there. You do it very, very quick, and it looks as if the light's sort of reflecting off something on the ground there. It's a bit of burnt on, but just to darken it. Ultramarine rather. And remember, we've got all those flowers here in the foreground, but I might run a path through those because it just needs something. I think something else. There's a few little bits and pieces here. That bit there against the light, I want that in shadow just to sort of emphasise that light. And there's a few little trees sort of scattered about, but I'll put them in. I'll put them in a sec. Now I can see like there's like a little path, so I'm just going a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine. I'm not sure, it sort of comes down there like that. Let's put that building in. Come on, switch to this little brush. The paper's still wet, so I want this. I've gone quite dry with this little brush now, and I'm going to silhouette this building in the sky, against the sky, because this will almost be the focal point really. So I've just gone burnt umber, ultramarine. So I've gone really dark mix. I don't know if that's too dry. I'll have to see how it comes off. It's just up there somewhere in the building. I don't know if I can get the roof any darker. I'll come back to that in a minute. Just need to few lines here and there. Right, I think it's time just to pop some of these little trees in. Just using the corner of the brush. Just a few little trees here and there dotted around the landscape, and just silhouetted against the light sky. And a few more down there. Now just put some shadows on them afterwards. Just over there. Try a few shadows. We've got some shadows across there. I'm just going to get that roof really dark. It's really silhouetted against that light part of the sky. I don't think I'll need that little brush anymore. Now what to do with this foreground is the question. I suppose I'll have to put a few I think what I might do is dry the brush and just put a bit of dry brush flowers here and there. It's not the sort of foreground I'm used to painting really. Just a mass, you know, the bottom third, just a mass of cornflowers or whatever they are. I like to have a path sort of winding through the scene or something. So I might just put the odd bit of just flower here and there. So I'm just gonna bit of light red, bit of brown, bit of raw sienna, and then I'm just gonna just see what it looks like. Some bit there. Just needs to be a bit darker, I think. Bit of red, bit of ultramarine. Let's just darken that up a little bit. Also, rather than put it like flat, I'm just putting it on a bit of an angle. I think just compositionally, I think it just works better rather than when you just got, you know, straight flat lines. Just some neat red on that bit there, just see what that looks like. I'll have to pause it then for a sec, just to go and stand back, just to see if this was working or not, but I'm not too unhappy with it. To be honest, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do at this stage, but just try and just darken it down a little bit. Just darken that bit down there then. Working any better with this. Just flicking up with a piece of card just to chip into something there. Trying to do these stalks en masse. Yeah, I'll have another look at it. I think I'm gonna stop there. I'm going to stop there before I completely overdo it. So what I'm going to do now is get this paint to work. I'm just going to stick my name in the corner. Stick my name down there. I'll call that one finished. So let's put a mount on it and see what it looks like mounted up. So here's the painting all mounted up. So let's have another look at the photograph. So I think the main difference is obviously this foreground area here. I don't know about you, but I much prefer it like this. You know, you need a path really. You need something cutting through there, and obviously we've got the sort of light over the far hill, sort of coming through, just sort of catching something here, reflecting, and just coming all the way down to where we're standing. The rest of the scene, pretty much from the photograph really. If you remember, I did it in 2 washes. I think 2 washes really helps create something extra. So as always, started up here in the sky. I was always going to try and create some sort of bright light. A little bit of tissue work there, a lot of it's behind the mount. And then coming in from the side, sort of darken the sides to emphasise the light in the centre. The colours predominantly raw sienna, light red, a little bit of burnt umber, and then ultramarine for where I want it to go darker, especially like in this dry brush foreground sort of flowery area. So once the sky was in, first thing, I wanted to get this house or whatever sort of building it is really dark, just to emphasize, just to make it look silhouetted against that really bright sky. Maybe could have done this a bit darker as well, that might have worked a bit better. And then the horizon goes all the way across. And then we got the land sort of sloping one way or the other, so these rolling hills. So just a few marks here and there with a height brush, just to sort of create some sort of contours and textures in the land. A few shadows coming down here off the trees to sort of emphasise the light. And then for me the biggest problem was what am I going to do with this cornfield or whatever it is there in the foreground. So I decided to just keep this area. I was going to do a sweep of the hike, and then I thought, no, I'll leave that. The path's already there, nicely lit up, and then it was just dry brushwork either side, So it's plenty of sort of burnt umber and ultramarine to really darken it. And then you can see where I've gone in with the card just to help create these the stems here, and then a few more on the other side just to frame this path that leads through beyond into the light. Well, that's it for today. You'll see this painting as all they always do. They're in my eBay store if you'd like to purchase any. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Please subscribe, join the community. I'd love to have you with us. You'll be notified of all new videos. I'll try and do a new video every weekday. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.